Hey, this is Vienna Salvatore. Bad news is, no one can hear my name and live. Good news is, you're listening to Mark Who 42.
Welcome to Life, the WHOniverse, and Everything with Mark Who 42. I'm your host, Mark Baumgarten, and with me is Eduardo M. Fryer. Oh, hi, Ed.
Hey, Mark. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
And hey, you realize I'm 42 years old, so I am actually the answer to life.
Yeah,
to the universe
you are. We should change the show to Ed Who 42. Not happening.
Right, Ed. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. The voice you just heard is our special guest. We're going to be talking about a Kickstarter campaign. It's Chase Masterson.
Hi,
Chase.
guys. Thanks so much for having me back. It's great to be with you guys. How are you?
We are fine. Now, if you may know Chase Masterson as Leeta the Dabo girl from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Thank you.
Yes. You might know her as Vienna Salvatore from Big Finish Productions.
You might, indeed. Thank you.
Yeah. So, where else? Name some other things that you've been in to let the audience know in case they don't know you from those two things.
Well, thank you. I've had the honor of being part of a lot of different franchises in the genre. I did the Doctor Who audio before I did Vienna, and that's how Vienna became an actual Doctor Who spinoff. It's a really fun, very empowered woman. I play a mercenary assassin with a heart of gold, but I'm really dorky, and I've got that. The show's got that British sense of humor that's just dry and hilarious. So I would definitely say check out my Doctor Who audio and Vienna through Big Finish, and then. Geez, a while back I got to do Robotech: The Shadow Chronicles and be part of that. Really
nice.
Yep. And, Star Trek is still going strong with Star Trek Online, which is the game which gives you more Deep Space Nine, which is really fun. And I get to play both Leeta, the Dabo girl there, and Mirror Leeta, who is so ferocious. She would eat the Borg Queen for breakfast. I mean, she is.
You did. Wasn't there an episode of Deep Space Nine where you cameoed as Mirror Leeta?
There was, yes, just one episode.
We got to see Mirror Leeta for like a couple of seconds, and it was like, whoa, damn,
yep.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. It was really pretty super fun. So she's back, and she's been an ongoing part of the Star Trek Online universe. And a bunch of stuff. I've done a bunch of movies through the years, and back when I was working pretty much nonstop, I did the episode of ER that won the Emmy. I was recurring on General Hospital. I recurred on other shows, and it's been a really great run in terms of career. I've been working full time for about over 20 years as an actor, and the thing that really gives me the most joy is doing this nonprofit work. I have to say, I founded Pop Culture Hero Coalition in 2013, and I've been working nonstop on that. And it's really wonderful to see the lives we change.
Yeah, I love the fact that you have the Pop Culture Hero Coalition because it helps so many people. The anti-bullying aspect of it is an amazing thing.
As someone who was bullied a lot, yeah. I really appreciate it. I love the initiative.
I wish it was there when I was growing up. I wish it was there when I was
me too, Mark. Me too. Honestly, I feel like we need a TARDIS, and we need to go back in time and set it up.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. Let's just be kind, and that's our main theme, and it's not that hard, and yet the world is having a very difficult time with it, so this work is more important than ever.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I'd love to talk about your career. I mean, and talk in depth, and hopefully we can have you back at a later date. But we are here. Oh, thank you. We are here to support SuperKids Mental Health Support Coloring Book. It's a Kickstarter campaign done by Superhero IRL, which is a division of Pop Culture Hero Coalition. And this coloring book is an interactive book for hospitalized children, providing mental health help for fear, depression, anxiety, anger, and physical pain. And, I know people who suffer from these problems, and I just think this is a great idea.
Thank you so much. Well, SuperKids is an incredibly powerful project, and we are wanting to stand with kids in circumstances that we cannot even imagine. And I can't imagine just the physical aspect of being a child with cancer, but to have the marginalization and the alienation from the other kids, and to have, to be losing your hair and to be in a wheelchair, or to be just, to have the kind of fear and physical pain and anxiety and depression that must bring on. That's something that we want to help. And there are all sorts of levels to this Kickstarter where people can help from $1 up to $1,000. $1 is great. That will get you a digital copy of the SuperKids comic book that we're creating for these children. $1,000 will get you a plaque with your name on it, or in memoriam of someone that you love. And that plaque will go in a children's ward that we are doing this work in.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a huge array of prizes and sizes of rewards. $25, I think it is, will get you a color copy in a hard copy of this coloring book.
Right.
And every bit counts. We need your support. This campaign is running through Thursday morning, so we only have until Thursday, the 17th of January.
Yeah, I noticed it's at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the kickoff. Which means in England, 4 p.m. in the Pacific Coast, 8:05 a.m.
Yep, that's it. That's what we've got. All the time we've got left on this. So we'd love your support. Log on to Kickstarter and search for SuperKids. Or Mark, I'm hoping that you will have that.
We'll have that on the website. We will have the link to it.
I do have a question for you, Chase, about the coloring book.
Yes.
Because I do work in a school. I work with a pre-K class. I'm a teaching assistant there, and I do have one-on-one with a kid who's in a wheelchair. But next door to us is also the special needs class for the for the regular school. Would this coloring book work with them?
Specifically, it could work very well with your with the child that you work with in a wheelchair. We would be happy to get you a copy for that child, a hard copy, absolutely. So let's follow up on that. This would help any child experiencing physical pain and physical, illness, immobility, etc. Just to let you know, the coalition, Superhero IRL, Pop Culture Hero Coalition, also has an initiative that's going into schools to help kids who are in wheelchairs, to help kids with cerebral palsy and other illnesses. We have created 2 lesson plans, one to help those kids with resilience and to help them with self-esteem and encouragement and breaking down barriers, and another lesson plan for their classmates, so the classmates can learn inclusion and kindness and how to be supportive allies. So we've got a lot of great programs with Superhero IRL and Pop Culture Hero Coalition across the board. I'm very proud of the work this charity is doing.
I'd like to play an audio with Dr. Janina Scarlett, who wrote this coloring book, and Laura Inns, who did the artwork for it. Is that all right if I do that?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so let's play it.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Janina Scarlett. I'm a clinical psychologist, author, and a full-time geek.
And I'm Laura Ennis. I'm a writer and artist. I'm the creator of the Dreamer series and the artist on IDW's Winona Earp.
I was born and raised in Ukraine, and when I was 3 years of age, my family and I were exposed to a tremendous amount of radiation from Chernobyl nuclear power plant. What that meant is that I spent many years in the hospital, many years feeling sick, feeling weak, and broken. It was through my connection with superheroes that I was able to find connection, meaning, and my path to healing. So now, as a clinical psychologist, I spend my career helping other people with physical and mental illness to find their own connection with their own version of a superhero. I was invited to write a comic book as a part of my work with the Pop Culture Hero Coalition. This comic book is meant to help children with chronic illness like cancer, cerebral palsy, and chronic pain to find their own superheroes and find resilience and healing in their own lives.
We decided to format the comic book as a self-help activity book, knowing full well that a lot of the children reading it will be reading it from hospitals and doctors' waiting rooms. The entire story is a coloring book, but it's also interactive as well. The children will get to choose names for each of the characters, design and color their superhero costumes, choose races and even genders for some of the characters, making every kid's coloring book unique to them. The entire book is structured like a conversation between the superhero therapist in the story and the children that she's helping. But then the script is flipped when she invites the reader to process their own pain and experiences just like the children in the story are. And so there's space for every child reading the book to put their own story and their own words on the page. It was very important to us that this resource be available to anyone, anywhere, which is why we formatted it as a free, printable, downloadable PDF.
We also wanted to use this project to honor the memory of the late Len Wein, the creator of Wolverine. When Len was 7 years old, he was hospitalized in Bronx, New York. It was from his hospital room that he actually fell in love with comic books. And it is for that reason that we chose the Bronx Montefiore Hospital, which serves underprivileged children and families, to receive free copies of SuperKids for the children and the population that they serve.
And it's your donation that's going to fund that and make it possible by supporting this Kickstarter. And we have several cool tiers for you to pick from, including your own printed copy of the activity book, signed copies of every one of our books, and even original pages from the story inked by our letterer, Tom Zoller.
Thank you so much for supporting this project and joining us on this very important journey.
So this sounds like a great initiative. And remember, folks, you have until Thursday morning in America, Thursday afternoon in Europe, but you should do this. You go to Kickstarter.com, type in SuperKids in the search bar, and you'll find it. Chase, how can people get more involved with Pop Culture Hero Coalition?
Well, first, we would love your support online and our social media. Follow us at Superhero IRL, which stands for Superhero in Real Life, at Superhero IRL, and that will be on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We also could use your support financially in our work, and we would love for you guys to become a donor with one donation or a monthly donation, which would be incredible. We are a grassroots organization doing very powerful, life-saving work. We really are told on a regular basis that we're saving lives, but we're more focused on outreach than we have been on fundraising, so we would truly appreciate your support there. And our website is popculturehero.org. This is a focus for me right now, but I will tell you I got a movie. I can't tell you what it is, but I'm going to be working on a lead in a movie in March. So I check back in, with you another time, or follow me on social media at Chase Masterson for more info on that. We'll be making the announcement soon.
So remember, go to this Kickstarter campaign. 3 more days. Chase Masterson, thank you so much for coming on our show. We are glad that we are able to help publicize this great endeavor.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We really appreciate your support on this. Check out our Kickstarter just until January 17th in the morning, and Superhero IRL online.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Chase.
Thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
And we hope to have you back and do an interview, another real interview with you. Not that this wasn't real.
It's real. No, it's all right.
So, Ed, how do you think that went?
I think that went pretty well.
Yeah.
Love talking to Chase, especially about her charity. I love that it exists. I love that it's a thing. I love that it exists.
Yes. So go to Kickstarter and look up SuperKids. You got to do it. We really mean it. You got 3 days left. Do it. Because we recorded it today. This is going out the day we're recording it. I mean, there's going to be a 2-hour time lag between when we're recording and when it's out available for everyone. So this is the first time we've done that, except the live episode, which was,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, joining us right now are our other two co-hosts. We have Trish Fryer.
Hey there. How's it going?
Everything's going good. Everything's going good. And we have Zion Kiros. Hi, Zion.
What's up, guys?
Hey. Oh,
How are things going?
things are, like I said, things are going great. How are things going with the married couple?
Oh, things are going great. Things are going well. We're actually prepping to do our third trip to Galley in February.
That's right, you're going to Galley. Oh, we didn't mention that with Chase, because Chase is going to Galley too.
Yep.
Yeah, should be fun.
I'm so excited because they just announced the other day that their headliners are John Barrowman and Catherine Tate.
See now.
I'm super excited.
Oh well, but you know what? I've met John Barrowman several times, and he's a cool guy. All right, so this part of the show, it just turned the new year, and we have resolved many things. We've had a resolution to help charities, which we did at the beginning of the show. We have we also have a resolution to talk about resolution, the New Year's episode of Doctor Who. We're keeping our New Year's resolutions this year. Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so far.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Give us a few weeks.
Yeah, well, we always do our Christmas episode 2 or 3 weeks later. So the New Year's episode 2 weeks later. We're keeping, this is a Mark Who 42 tradition to let the people be able to watch the show for 2 weeks before we destroy it or make it look good. And I'm going to say make it look good. But what is interesting about this story is that it really was the finale of Series 11. It wasn't the battle of, and I'm gonna drop it because I'm just gonna drop it. Just like I dropped Conundrum. Yeah, right. Just like I dropped the Conundrum title, I'm dropping the Battle of. Not that this one, Battle of was that battle episode, but Resolution was the resolution of Series 11. And I think it worked. What do you guys think?
I thought it was good. I thought it was one of the better episodes of the season. And I liked how it ended.
And that's important. It's important for a New Year's episode or a holiday episode to be a great episode. Most of the Christmas episodes, if you think about it, have been put in the top of the new series.
Well, that's because nobody wants to get on Santa's naughty list.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Nobody wants to have Krampus visit them and be like, What's all this with you stomping on Christmas? I'm going to have to pay you in my sack. Yeah, nobody wants that.
No, nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this episode, we got to meet Ryan's father. We've been talking about Ryan's father throughout the series, but we finally got to meet Ryan's father. What did you think about him? Let's go to Trish.
Well, I loved the, very first scene with him where Graham goes and opens the door and goes, "Nope." Jump in. That was really funny. And when we found out that it was Ryan's father, it was like, okay, let's see. We already have all these horrible thoughts about him because he didn't show up for Grace's funeral, and it's obvious he hasn't been there for his son. And so, it's hard not to judge someone. And so actually my first impression was like, God, I hope he dies in this episode.
We thought that about Christopher Knopf too. So
that's true.
They don't seem to be killing people as much. And well, I take that back. They did a lot of killing. Something did a lot of killing in this episode. Yeah, if you look at the logo of this episode, you will see what I'm talking about. Because really, this is Resolution of the Daleks. It's not their resolution. So I'm glad they didn't call it that. But
there was that one scene where the Daleks were like, "I need to lose 20 pounds."
that was a resolution, and he did lose 20 pounds. He lost a lot more than 20 pounds by the end of it.
Well, wasn't there that scene with Davros going to the gym and
yes.
I think I'm going to work on my core now.
Yeah,
doing some crunches.
And talking about Daleks and the end of the Dalek and Aaron, Ryan's father. If it wasn't for Ryan's father, we wouldn't have had a resolution. Oh, we said resolution again. Have it. Well, what do you think about a microwave that's also an oven? What the heck? What kind of I wouldn't buy that on Amazon.
I feel like you'd see that, on late night TV. That would be an infomercial. It's a microwave and it's an oven. You have the best of both worlds. And for only 5 installments of only $19.99, this can be yours. You call now and we'll also throw in this frying pan and this great Tupperware set, perfect for storing what you cook in this wonderful device. All this for only 5 payments of $19.99. You can't get a better deal than that anywhere.
Yeah. See, I couldn't decide whether or not to think was it junk or was it actually something good that he believed in. And the fact that you could take the parts of it and melt a Dalek. What does that say about that?
Yeah, I think you could kill people making popcorn in it.
Yeah.
It would not be good. So the plot of this episode, it starts in the 9th century with a creature that is attacking Earth, and there are 3 tribes of people that come together to destroy it. Those 3 people were called the 3 custodians. And now, how did they kill the new Dalek? Because this isn't a regular Dalek. This was a reconnaissance scout. So this is the first time we've seen this kind of Dalek. And no, I have no idea how they cut it into 3 pieces. Probably the same way that a microwave oven was able to destroy it at the end.
They had a Ginsu knife.
The Ginsu knife that came with the offer that you just gave.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
This thing can even kill evil cyborgs that look like pepper shakers that come from outer space. Just one swipe and you'll destroy the armor.
Yeah. So the 3 custodians, as they're called, are taking the 3 pieces of the inside of the Dalek to 3 different places around the world. There's Anuda Island, there's Siberia, Russia, and there's Yorkshire. Now, why would you bring it to Yorkshire? I'm not going to, maybe just because it's Doctor when they make it in the UK and it's easier to have a piece in the UK. But the custodian that's in England gets killed while he's trying to take the piece to where they're going to hide it. And his body is left to die, holding on to the piece of Dalek. and 1,000 years pass, and it becomes New Year's Day in 2019 in our show. And the Doctor and everyone, they've been going 19 different New Years they had, if I'm correct. Was that 19. Right? 19, they saw 19 New Year's Eves?
Yep.
Going to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they didn't get to see 20. I wonder if after this adventure they went to 20.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, I'm going to ask this of Zion. Of the 3 New Year's Eves that they mentioned, which one would you have liked better? Mesopotamia, Sydney in 2000, or in 1801, while they discover a dwarf planet with Giuseppe Piazzi? Which one of those 3?
I'm taking the dwarf planet.
Yeah, I think that would have been cool. I think that would have been cool. And you know, I didn't know who Giuseppe Piazzi was. And he's the Italian astronomer who discovered the dwarf planet Ceres. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
You knew that because you're into that kind of stuff. You're making rocket engines at UCF, right? Is that what you
So,
Yeah.
So wait, hang on. Mark, are you actually telling us that Doctor Who taught us something?
It taught us something. It was educational. It made us
learn. It made us learn stuff.
It made us learn stuff. This is the thing, the whole thing about Doctor Who. When it started, it was educational, and there were 3 companions. And now, wow, there are 3 companions, and it was educational. We're back at the old days of Doctor Who. Wow.
So we're trying to kill cavemen with rocks now?
Over the head. Now, yeah. We're trying to. Doesn't happen. But in the next episode, they will discover fire again. That will happen. What do you guys think about UNIT?
I'm actually very pissed off about it.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm mad about that myself. I'm just like, guys, okay, all right. I mean, if you don't want to use UNIT, that's fine. You don't have to. You know, UNIT was not a big part of several episodes in the new series, but to just basically just have a scene where it's like, oh, but yeah, sorry, UNIT's gone. It's like, why? Why not just not have UNIT?
Well, hold on. There is a reason, and it's actually a satirical reason.
It's a Brexit?
UNIT, because of Brexit, exactly. Because of Brexit, UNIT, 2 reasons. Because of Brexit, and because, just like she said on the phone, there have been no alien invasions on Earth in a long time. And if you think about it, during Series 11, except for 1 or 2 aliens coming to Earth, there were no alien invasions. So my guess is, okay, they've stopped UNIT. UNIT's under review. Next season in Series 12, we're going to have a serious invasion, and UNIT will be called back. That's my prediction. I think this was a setup to bring back UNIT, but making a joke on Brexit at the same time.
Yeah, the only problem I have with that is, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't UNIT supposed to be a United Nations organization?
Yeah, but it's mostly the British version. The British version is mostly paid for by the British tax dollar.
Okay,
and you know, that's why most UNIT stories. Well, that's not why. It's because they make it in England. But most UNIT stories use the UNIT team from England, even in the Big Finish audios. And that's another thing. UNIT is not gone, because Big Finish is continuing to make UNIT audios. So it's not gone. So don't worry.
I mean, honestly, I will say this. I am willing to kind of give an inch and say, okay, well, maybe what we'll have is UNIT might be gone for a while. But hey, if UNIT is still supposed to be a UN-run organization, then, I kind of wish, because I was watching that scene last night, I kind of wish it had been a bit clearer that, what's going on here is the UK is no longer funding their part, and UNIT operations are suspended for the UK, but they're active elsewhere. So, the Doctor just basically, and then maybe some indication that, they're not going to work in the UK until it's been reviewed. So at least the idea that, okay, they're out there, they are active. It's just right now they can't be running around the UK. Like that to me makes more sense than simply just, operations have been suspended totally. So it's like, okay, so if there's a unit base stationed in, let's say, France, are they basically now, kind of on, are they like on an enforced holiday leave? Like, they're
on a furlough. It's kind of like here in America. It's like America. We're shut down. In all kindness, and I know we don't usually get political here on Marker 42.
Yeah.
I just want to say that all the people who are on furlough, all the people working like the TSA for no money at the moment, please don't give up. This will at some point be fixed. A temper tantrum can't go on forever.
Yeah.
I just wonder where Kate Stewart is. I wonder what she's doing.
Yeah, where is Kate?
She doesn't seem to be the type of person that would just, go on holiday, and just forget about what her job is. And
maybe they created that. Maybe a unit won't come back, and I'm wrong. Maybe a new organization will come, and Kate will be in charge.
But why?
Well, I know. They didn't need to do it. It's not.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about this. It just seems pointless. Like, if you take away the 12 episode cap, you have less time to actually have unit inside of the series. Right. So it might actually be possible that we might not actually ever see unit if they decide to actually cancel the season after next season.
Yeah. We actually found out the unit didn't exist before we got that phone call because the Black Archive was in a completely different place.
Yeah, what happened with that?
The Black Archive, it wasn't underneath the tower. It was in an office building or something. So,
unless that wasn't supposed to be the Black Archive, because I think they did say that the place that she broke into was owned by a private company.
So, I want a drone that looks like that. I want to be able to fly a drone that looks like a Dalek. Well, wait, actually, what did you think about the way the Dalek looked? Because it was interesting that in the first episode, without credits, the woman who fell to Earth, she built her sonic screwdriver, with all these tools and everything. And now in the second episode, without title credits resolution, the Dalek did the same thing.
I have a hard time actually believing, even though she was controlled by a Dalek, that a Dalek can just Tony Stark a whole Dalek.
Well, why
casing.
can't a Dalek Tony Stark? A Dalek's supposed to be more intelligent than Tony Stark is.
It seemed to happen awful fast.
It was fast.
That too.
It was fast. Yeah, because it all took place on New Year's Day, so it took place within 24 hours. This whole episode. So he built a Dalek in like 10 minutes.
Well, first of all, it did have a mix of alien tech and whatever parts the woman that the Dalek was controlling could get a hold of.
It had missiles under its bumps. Where did those come from?
Well, again, okay. Okay, think about it. Okay, to play devil's advocate, remember that it did break into that vault.
Yeah.
That had all that proclaimed alien tech. So, she probably was able to get away not just with the Dalek handgun and, whatever other Dalek tech. She probably grabbed a couple of other goodies while she was at it. And, with the mix of the Dalek tech there, it is possible that helped kind of put stuff together. Especially because if the Dalek had his usual force field, it may have helped kind of glue a couple of things together and, make them work in the way that would be effective. So, I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm saying that, there may have been a little bit of cheating using Dalek tech to kind of, put stuff together and make it work in ways that it wouldn't if you or I tried to build it in our backyard.
We saw that she took they took the gun, the Dalek, gun,
right?
But who knows what else she took? What else they had? That's all they showed. So that's probably how she was able to help construct that body. Because
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that
Yeah.
one. I'll give you that. So Nick Briggs, Nicholas Briggs, as we know him, but in this episode, he got credit as Nick Briggs, and in the previews for the the newspapers in England and iPlayer page that was promoting it, it did not list Nicholas Briggs' name because they didn't want people to know the Daleks were in it. Now, how many weeks before this episode came out did the fact that the Daleks were in it come out?
I think like about a week.
A week, 2 weeks.
Longer. I thought the rumor came out like 4 weeks earlier, and then it wasn't acknowledged until the week before.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But I think the rumor started at least a month, if not more. And then it was finally like a week, 2 weeks where you had that preview. It was
Right.
It was kind of the same thing that showed up after the final episode of the season, but it added in the classic exterminate.
Right.
I wish they hadn't done that.
Same.
Yeah.
I wish that they would leave some things as a surprise.
Yeah.
They're going to get viewers regardless. It's like not just because someone finds out that the Daleks are going to be in there does not mean that more people are going to watch it.
Well, actually, it might have. Now, I know this show didn't do as great in the ratings as some of the other Christmas episodes. They may have made a mistake moving this to New Year's Day. But if Mark Who 42 had been on for the 6 months that we were off, we would have started a rumor that the Daleks were coming back in the Christmas episode way before. Because I knew when Chris Chibnall said, we're going to have no aliens from the previous shows, there are going to be all new aliens, and he said during the season. He said during the season. The New Year's special or Christmas episode isn't during the season. So I knew to get, and especially the way that the show was running, I knew they had to do something big, and I would have said it. I was thinking way back in October the Daleks were going to be in it, and they were still saying there's no Christmas episode. But I had this feeling, and thank God I was right, because I did like Resolution. On a scale from 1 to 10, I put Resolution at 8. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm about there too.
Zion?
I put a 7.
A 7, okay. And Ed?
I would have to say 8.
Yeah, so, alright, 7 or 8. Yeah, so we gave it actually a good score. And I really liked it. I liked the fact that they kind of wrapped up the Aaron, Ryan, Graham story. That kind of came
I
together.
was super shocked. I was super shocked that Aaron did not, go out the door with the Dalek, because I totally thought that was going to happen. It was like, yeah, no, it just seemed like, and she's just like, oh, the squid size opening has now expanded. I can't control it. And I'm like, oh crap, here we go. Bye, Aaron. Bye.
Yeah, I think if this had been like a Moffat episode, or if it hadn't been Chris Chibnall, then he would be dead. He would have been dead.
Isn't it a shame that those two teenagers couldn't, when the internet went down, those two teenagers weren't able to play Bandersnatch on Netflix?
We have.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no.
I want to do a whole
but-
show on Bandersnatch. Somewhere in the near future, we have to do a whole show on Bandersnatch, because that was a cool show.
All right.
Did you get to see that yet, Simon?
Not yet.
Not yet, because you don't have Netflix, or there's no way to play it except on Netflix.
All right.
But the interactive nature was cool, and like I said, we'll talk about this some other time.
So are we gonna? So I was gonna say, I mean, if are we gonna have? If you do a show on Bandersnatch,
It
our
will be a
viewers gonna
choose
get
your
the
own adventure.
Yeah,
it will
it's gonna be a choose your own
adventures. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want Trish to exit the podcast and discuss, press 1. If you want her to stick around but just be mad the entire time, press 2.
Yeah. We only have a few rels left, so any final words, guys, on Resolution?
How long is the rel again?
Well, okay. I will tell you. A rel is as close to a second as possible, because when they were counting down rels in the classic series, it was pretty close to a second. So I'm saying rels are close to seconds.
Okay.
Yeah,
if you say so.
Yeah, I'm just, but that's just a guess. I don't really remember. But any final words, guys, on Resolution?
The Dalek needs to get off that weight loss plan because it's losing too much weight.
I love it. Can we follow that? Can we follow that one? That was kind of a.
Please reconsider waiting until next year to bring the next season. Come on.
Well, you know, they just started filming last week, so
they can finish one episode and just trickle it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. See, no, I agree. I mean, you know, you could,
one episode a month, and they got 10 episodes. One episode a month.
Not even that. Look, not even that. If depending on the turnover time, if they can have enough episodes done that they can start doing the show, and be able to finish what they still have to film, then why not just go ahead and do that? I mean, I'd really love to know what's the turnaround time. How long does it take to typically do an episode? Because if there's that, then why not?
Yeah. The BBC has spoken, and there are a lot of seasons in Classic Who that started in January. Horror and Fang Rock with Leela and the Fourth Doctor started in January, and that was the first of the season. They started seasons in January, but they had 26 episods, so right. It's kind of kind of a little different than getting having 5 or 6 months of Doctor Who compared to 2.5 months. So there's a bit of a difference.
Yeah,
and it's just a sucky difference. But if each episode is double the length of the old series, then we are getting 5 months of classic series. I'm not going to even try to justify it. It sucks all the way.
Let's just let's just be kind and say, okay, well, one of the differences is that they have a bigger budget to play with, and there's more special effects and stuff that they got to do. They got to play with, so. That may be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, I think that we've discussed Resolution to its resolution, so I think we're done with that. I want to remind everyone not next week because we're bi-weekly, but in 2 weeks we will have Raine Szramski, who is a artist a professional artist, but does fan art as well, and has done tons and tons of Doctor Who artwork. You can find her work all over Facebook. There is a book that just came out that was for a charity called The 12th of Ever, The Art of Raine Szramski from Longscarf Publications. I have a copy of that, and we will have a nice discussion about her artwork and about her love of Doctor Who. So I'd like to thank Eduardo M. Fryer, Trish Fryer, and Zion Quiros for co-hosting our show. Thanks, guys.
Anytime.
You're welcome. Just make sure the check is in the mail.
Yes, you're always welcome. And we want to thank special guest Chase Masterson. Please, if you can, donate within 3 days for SuperKids Mental Health Support Coloring Book, an interactive book for hospitalized children providing mental health help for fear, depression, anxiety, anger, and physical pain by Dr. Janina Scarlett and Laura Inns. Please go to their Kickstarter page, type in SuperKids, you'll get there. It closes in the morning, early morning in America, on Thursday and Thursday afternoon in England, and I guess in New Zealand that would take it to, that takes it to Friday, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, donate, get a great gift for helping them out. If you don't want to go to Kickstarter and type in SuperKids, we will have a link on our website which you can click on and get to the page. And don't forget Pop Culture Initiative at popculturehero.org. Whew! Boy, I love talking like that. I get to just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
Well, but take a breath, dude.
Okay. Go to our Facebook page, our Twitter page, our Instagram page, our LinkedIn. Well, I'm on LinkedIn under Mark Baumgarten, and you can find our posts there. And on Tumblr, we are not a porn page, so we're allowed on Tumblr. We're not. I don't know who started that rumor. We're not. If you want to listen to our shows, this is our 4th episode, actually our 5th episode, because we had an episode 0 of our new iteration of Mark Who 42 called Life, the WHOniverse, and Everything with Mark Who 42. You can get it on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. Yes, we're on Spotify. All over the place. Spreaker Radio, TuneIn, we're everywhere. And hopefully soon on iHeartRadio. So, did you guys have a good time this episode?
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, yeah, no, lots of fun.
Lots of fun. I want to reach out one last thing. Iggy Matthews, one of our co-hosts, chin up. That's all I can say. I can't say anything else. Until 2 weeks from today or tomorrow, you will listen to us here on Life, the WHOniverse, and Everything with Mark Who 42.
What? That sounded kind of aggressive. You will listen to us.
They will listen to us.
You will listen to us.
They will. Because there was a Dalek in this episode, so I had to do that. If you want to say that in Dalek voice, go ahead.
Oh, God.
Or Davros. Do Davros.
You will be listening to Life, the WHOniverse, and Everything. You will listen and obey. This is approved by me, the creator of the Daleks. This is a superior podcast, and you will be listening. You will give it your complete attention.
I think we better end on that note. Bye, everyone! Bye!
Yes, Doctor.
Life, the WHOniverse, and Everything with Mark Who 42 was written and presented by Mark Baumgarten, Trish Fryer, Iggy Matthews, and Zion Kiros, with special co-host Eduardo M. Fryer and our guest star Chase Masterson. The Mark Who 42 podcast you were listening to was edited, directed, and produced by Mark Baumgarten. Theme music by Sam Beckwith. Life, the WHOniverse, and Everything with Mark Who 42 is in no way affiliated with the BBC, even though we thank them for putting out such a great show as Doctor Who. Life, the WHOniverse, and Everything with Mark Who 42 is owned and copyrighted by Mark Baumgarten 2019.